Hi, Twin Flames. This is a collective tarot reading for mainly the Divine Feminines. Divine Masculines, you are welcome. This is to navigate this 12-12 portal through the solstice and maybe through the end of the year. It's looking at what and where you need to focus your energy, Divine Feminines, to complete the year 2021 to start the new 20-year cycle. Please take what feels right in your heart and leave the rest. Hi. This reading is going to be for the Divine Feminines. Divine Masculines, you are welcome. But this reading feels to me like it needs to be a supportive reading for the Divine Feminine. Now, I am very aware, very clear that not all Divine Feminines are on the same page, that there are different collective groups in different places. So if I get going on this and this doesn't resonate with you, then, click off or only take what you feel resonates for you at this time. So, I haven't made any specific plans for how this is going to play out. I am surrendering to the divine. I am open to them channeling in a message. I feel like they've been pushing me. I wasn't originally going to even do this. I feel like they've been pushing me to just speak my truth and share my wisdom and knowledge, and in doing that help those who are in this collective that need the help. But I am very much open to them channeling and whatever is needed. So I don't know if I'm just going to throw out some random cards and, I'm just going to start and they're just going to guide me. That's just how it's going to be. And so I am going to start with emotions. For this collective, Divine Source, thank you for using me as a divine channel for this collective of the Divine Feminine that need this support, this assistance to bring forth the information that will most benefit them, that they most need at this time for the support. So I ask that you bring forth truth of where these Divine Feminine in this collective are emotionally at this time. Okay, so I have afraid. And what else do we have? Hold on, I'm losing my cards here. I think they're all over the place. Oh, all over the place. Okay. I don't think there's a card that says all over the place, but my cards are going all over the place. So I think emotionally, I think this collective maybe is all over the place. Okay, what else do we got? Okay, show me Divine Source. What else do we need to bring out for this collective for where they are? Motivated wants to come out. And happy. And sociable. Let's take one more, please. One more. Well, I'm getting two. I'm getting thankful and guilty. Okay. Interesting. And interesting, the afraid and the guilty. are on the outer edges. Okay. Well, let's see. Where do we go from here? Let's go ahead and get some Rider-Waite. So for the collective of divine feminines, in this collective, where are they at the present time? Where are their emotions? Thank you. Where are where are they? So we get temperance. What else? And two more I got happy. Interesting, that falls right underneath the happy card. And I get the 5 of Swords. Okay, do we have another one or two? And I get the Devil. Okay, I'm hearing no, that's good. Okay. So if you listen to my astrology signs that I have put up, this round I just did for the 12/12 portal, I talked about how I've been a reader for almost 20 years. I've actually known I have been a twin flame for almost 20 years. I do clearings in the Akashic Record, and I do transformational coaching, and when I've done readings, I've done them intuitively all these years. And then I decided to get into cards, and I found it difficult for me to read the cards in the traditional meaning, that it seems to be much better for me to do it intuitively. So what I read in these cards may not necessarily be the traditional message of the way the tarot are read, but they may also too. So it's just how I read it. Okay, so and it's how they're showing it to me. So I see a path to the sun. So I see this path that is going to lead you to exactly where you want to be. But there's a lot of water here. This angel is standing in water. This angel is trying to balance the emotions from one cup to the other. It's not terribly turbulent in the water, but it's not completely calm either. The angel has their back right now to the sun, which is the ultimate goal. It feels to me like there is healing going on, but the focus right now is all about what's going on emotionally. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But what I'm feeling is that it would be important to not only look at your emotions and work through them, but at the same time, keep holding the vision of what you want your life to look at. We have the 20-year cycle that's starting. We're ending this 20-year cycle, starting a new cycle. What is it that you no longer want to have in your life, that you don't want to take into this new 20-year cycle? And whatever that is, keep holding that vision. Keep holding that vibrational energy of what it is you want. Focus on it every day, several times a day, where you want to be. Because if you just focus on the emotions that you're releasing, you could cloud the energy up because you're not holding that endpoint vision. This also needs to be a focus for you, not necessarily to include your divine masculine. This is about you. This is about what you need to release right now, and how it's going to get you to where you are living the life that you want. What does it look like for you in the future? Let's take a partner out of it. What does it look like for you financially? What does it look like for you doing your mission, doing your work? How does that fulfill you emotionally? Where are your desires for yourself, for your own mission? And that is what's going to bring you happiness. That in itself, the connection with the divine, the connection with the truth of who you are as your soul, in your soul, with your soul, that connection, oh my God, I can feel the energy of that. That connection is going to bring the happiness in. When I feel the Five of Swords, if you haven't, I feel like you need to walk away from those things that have brought chaos, strife, that haven't brought you happiness. And if you don't, the universe is going to help. So take what you need to take that serves you well and walk away. And then we have the devil. And the message I'm getting about this is, what are you holding on to that still doesn't serve you, that you don't want to look at? You have the ability, just as the divine masculine does, to remove the chains. You have the ability to get yourself away from this devil by having faith and trust and finding your own worthiness. And that means being honest with yourself and looking at whatever it is that you need to let go of, whatever it is that you need to surrender to. That's all of this. That is what this 12/12 portal is about. It's about looking at and letting go of all of those things that you haven't wanted to look at. You haven't, in some cases, even realized that they were there. I'm going to tell you, about 2.5 weeks ago, I started feeling this energy. It really kind of started with not so much the new moon. Oh, I'm losing track here now. Whatever hit like 2.5 weeks ago, or shortly after that. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I started feeling like I needed to go more into hermit mode and I needed to focus more on myself. And I was resisting it. I could feel myself resisting it. And I was getting the guidance and I was feeling them. And I actually felt like my guides were disappointed in me. Because I wasn't following the guidance. I was resisting it. I wasn't trusting. I wasn't feeling, I was feeling fear that if I trusted it, things could happen that were not in alignment with what I wanted. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. But I think it's important for me to be vulnerable so that you know it's okay to be vulnerable. That's where we need to get to. So I kept pushing on, trying to justify, and it kept getting harder and harder for me not to see it. And I would say that the eve of the 12/12 portal, it hit pretty good. And then 12/12 came, whammo, holy cow. So I've been crying for days. And I have been seeing what I need to heal. Things I thought I already healed. Things I thought I had let go of. And I'm going to tell you that this is not just about my twin flame. This is about my whole life. This is about realizing that I'm very clear, and I think a lot of you are clear, that this is a journey, that everything that has happened for a reason, that it's okay to have unconditional love for anybody in our life that has played that role for us, that has shown us what they need to show us to help us to get to where we need to be. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. And what we do is we bury those emotions. When they're not healed, we bury them. They're in our field. And just because I work with people to help people transform that doesn't mean I don't still have it within myself. I'm on the journey too. And I've done a lot of healing. I constantly am looking at myself and doing healing. And by the way, I want to throw out a great channel that I found, that I have found a lot of help through in the last 5 months or so. Reiki, Reiki, Rachel. Just put that in the YouTube and look at her channel. And it's been a while back, but somehow it found my path, and she has archangel meditations on there that I use all the time. I work at setting my intentions for what I need to look at, what I need to release, and then I call in that angel, that archangel that specializes in that area, and go do the work. And then quite often I even have conversations with them. And I find it very powerful. So if you don't know how to release, if you don't know how to do this work, that is a great, there's tons of things out there, but that's a great. And I do this kind of work. I help people release. So I'm also an option if you want to work through things. So what I feel like is that a lot of us have done a lot of work, and if you're floating through this, I usually do float through things. This one, I couldn't. And it's about us releasing what we need to release before the end of the year. And I get that. I know that. I resisted these things in the last 2.5 weeks. And so what happens? I get a tower. Um, if you don't want a tower, look at it. Look at what you're not being honest with yourself about. Look at what it is you need to take the chains off of you and free yourself of. Trust is a big one for me. I've always been extremely trusting, and I found that it I've been pretty vulnerable, and some would even say naive. But I am pretty open-hearted, and I have been finding that I closed my heart quite a bit because there's been so much deception, not just by my twin flame, not it, I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about my own family. I'm talking about some friends that have been in my life. That there's been deception, and it brought me to the point where I don't trust as much. Now, some of that's not a bad thing. It teaches me how to be more discerning. And I think that's the goal, is to learn how to be more discerning, not just have blind trust in everybody that comes along. You can be open-hearted, and you can be unconditionally loving while still be discerning. And also, another thing for me is I am a Virgo. I am a person of service. And quite often, people of service who have great, that is our path, we do disservice to ourselves. We don't honor ourselves in the way we should. And that's too what's coming up for me. And I've seen it for a long time, and I've worked on it, and I have set boundaries. So of course you don't have boundaries when you want to be in service to everybody else, and you don't serve yourself. And I have set boundaries over the last 10 years. I've learned more how to set boundaries, and I'm finding I'm still challenged with it. I'm still figuring out what I need to do, and actually I think I'm there. I think that's what this last resistance, these last 2.5 weeks was about me not wanting to set the boundaries that I knew I needed to set. because it honors me. It honors me to set these boundaries. It honors you to set boundaries. That's what the Empress does. It's just known that she has boundaries, that you don't cross her boundaries. Okay. I'm going to get some sacred forest cards. These are beautiful cards. I'm going to get some messages that would tell us what would best benefit us to focus on in the next 2 weeks, to move through this energy easiest. So, Divine Source, for the Divine Feminine, where would it benefit us? The Divine Feminine in this collective. Thank you. Okay, so the first one I got is Spirit Guardian of Winter, Retreat. Yeah. And that's what I've had to do. Do we have another one? Need to retreat, need to come back into alignment with self and look at what it is you need to do everything that honors you, everything that honors your path, everything that honors your mission, everything that brings you to the place that your focus is completely on you and your mission. That's the most honoring. Another message, thank you. Spirit Guardian of Spring, activation. So I'm feeling like by going into retreat and releasing what it is we need to release, looking at what we need to look at, it's going to bring on another activation to bring expansion and to up level. It's going to bring an activation to bring you. Okay, so I wish I could describe this energy I'm feeling. It's going to ignite the fire within to bring you within the alignment of the truth of who you are, to follow the path more directly to your mission and what brings you most joy and happiness in your life. Okay, thank you. So they did channel that in. Okay, so I feel like one more in this process. What do they need to focus? Where do they need to focus their energy on here? It could go beyond the solstice. Feels like this activation will be at least approaching or at the solstice. And through the rest of the year then, perhaps, what other information, what other advice do you have for the Divine Feminines in this process? Okay. I get Bear Spirit Healing. And I get Wise Woman of the Grove, Grace. And when I can feel the energy of this in my body. Oh my God. It's a place that feels centered, balanced, joyful, grateful, peaceful, serene, no cares, all of that. That's what I feel, the energy in my body when I feel into this. The healing, what I get is just allow. Don't fight it, just allow it. Let the activation come in. Let it just move through and bring you to a point of grace. I thought we would be pulling romance cards, and I'm getting no. I'm getting no, this is not about the romance. This is about you, Divine Feminine. This is the support that you need to be able to focus on you. And that is what they were telling me when they wanted me to do this. So we're going to leave it here. Oh, they do say they would like me to pull Universe's Got Your Back. So pull a card for the Universe's Got Your Back for the Divine Feminine. Okay, thank you. Okay, first, I got two of them. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. Are you asking for the help that you need? And when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. That's perfect. It's just perfect. There's this part of me that wants to apologize for getting emotional, and I'm not going there. It's okay for us to allow ourselves to be vulnerable. It's okay to ask for the help that we need, whether that's from someone in our life, whether it's just to say, hey, I'm going through some emotional stuff. I may be exhibiting emotion. Could you please just give me the space to do it? Or whether that's asking help from the universe to say, I haven't got this. I don't know how to do this. I'm surrendering it over. Please give me the strength, the courage, the guidance. And you'll get it. I promise you, you'll get it. We're in this together. Many blessings. Please know that I do not use any other social media sites, and I will never initiate contact with you. The only way that you can reach me is via email. In the description box, you will find information that explains the services I offer. I would appreciate it if you would help me to get my channel out there more for other people to see by a like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.